I guess I was wrong about Stellar Blade.
We're good now.
1 million people purchased Stellar Blade on Steam, and the number just keeps increasing. And on the other hand, if you go to Nexus Mods, you'll see this. 1,000, 2,000 maybe downloads per mod, maybe even less. What are we looking at? From a mathematic point of view, less than 1% of the people actually purchase Stellar Blade for the gooning and purchase it for what it is. Fun fact, Stellar Blade happens to be one of the most modded video games in the history of Stellar Mods. But still, percentage-wise, it definitely shows that everyone out there basically purchased it to play it on vanilla. 41 hours. That's how much Steam shows me, and my dick and a heavy erection could not have kept me playing this for so long. It would have been impossible. Something else definitely did. At its core, Stellar Blade is a story about redemption, about a robotic soldier named Eve descending from the skies to reclaim planet long lost to those monstrous Natibas. Humanity remains here on Earth living in fear and in decay, scattered between ruined cities and fragile colonies, clinging to some hope as they watch these angels descending from orbit. Stellar Blade is not just a story of survival, it's a story about regaining humanity. That feels good. I mean, we can all get behind that. You're set on a mission. The main plot, sure, begins with the protagonist, Eve, a member of the airborne squad sent to Earth to eradicate Natibas. What follows is basically a journey not just across ravaged landscape, which, by the way, they look very nice, but she has to cross moral and emotional terrains as Eve learns the truth about humanity's downfall, the fragile peace within this city called Zion, and trying to find her own identity as both the weapon and savior of these people. At first, nobody trusts her, but it just feels really good. As more you progress, the more you are embraced in the city of Zion. The devs made it so that pretty much all missions, they carry this emotional weight with them. Yeah, sure. At the core, you get the hack and slash, which is super good. That's what we're here for. But the quests and what you do it for bring out these moments of loss, companionship, and haunting quiet that fills the world to the brink of extinction. At some point, you get to retrieve the lost memories of a wife, a dead sister. Everyone basically in the city has lost somebody, and Eve is here to mend their hearts. She's not just a weapon that's meant to fight the monsters, she becomes their hero. Stellar Blade is set up in a pure dystopian world, but it's not a hopeless one. The Earth is definitely scattered, reclaimed by alien growths and ruined architecture. Architecture that looks very good, but there's so much beauty in the way the game captures stillness. There's moments of awe. You just stop the camera and look in the distance. There's a lot to see there, and yeah, they included a photo mode for Eve. Believe it or not, the landscape is pretty damn good looking as well. You find bodies that definitely offer XP, pretty much like everything in the world does. You retrieve their data bank, and each of them show you how they spend their last seconds alive. It's sad to say the least, but once again, it offers a sense of immersion. Every one of these details, small, yeah, but they come up to build this full, rich world. And it's something very well put together. Zion becomes more than just a quest hub. It's living, breathing city filled with broken people trying to piece together what's left of their world, and Eve helps along to do that. You meet parents mourning their children taken by Natibas, lovers separated by conflict, survivors haunted by guilt, like for example this quest of the woman who survived the Natiba attack because she ran away. She was scared. And now she feels guilty about it and needs closure. Eve will go and retrieve her lover's data from the bottom of this lake in the lost desert. As you travel in the world, it gives hack and slashing a purpose. You're not doing it for nothing. There's almost always an emotional meaning behind it. A world that invites exploration. Sure, the main reason while you search in every nook and cranny is to find Eve's more outfits. Yeah, I get it. But it does go a bit deeper than that. Every step you take in Stellar Blade rewards you. You get XP from pretty much everything. The world brims with small, unmarked challenges, like hidden chests, fragments of lore, and even a couple of subtle platforming trials. There are a few of them, but they're awesome. The game does hold your hand when it comes to questing, but that's fine. In fact, that's more than fine. That's excellent. Not everything needs to be Elden Ring-ish cryptic. I like the Assassin's Creed style of telling me where to go and what to do. It brings me comfort. There's nothing wrong with comfort. And I like feeling comfort when I'm playing my video games. Enemies here are both threatening and they're beautifully designed. You never feel bad for kicking their ass. Like there's some video games out there like, I don't know, Pal World where you gotta kill bunnies, all sorts of... No, not here. You don't feel bad by killing these monstrosities. But they look good. Each encounters carries tension because sometimes you get overrun, and grace when you look how Eve fights. Eve is the beauty and the blade. see what I did there? Because Beauty and the Beast, and she has blades, and she's also beautiful. Fuck. Eve is a breathtaking protagonist, and not just visually. There's this Beauty and the Beast duality to her presence. Her movements delicate and almost like in a ballerina type of way. Every strike carries lethal precision. Her combat animations resemble graceful dance, somewhere between a ballerina and a warrior. And I urge you to play this with headphones on. It's so good. The sound of the blades and how she spins around, it's like very well made sound design. You gotta try it out with headphones. I played Nier Automata a couple of hours and next to nothing. Like a couple of minutes of Bayonetta. But if I were to put Eve next to both of these female characters, oh man, they don't hold a candle. Eve is much more beautiful. And I guess, sure, we can give it to the devs. It's almost because of those crazy ass outfits, but Eve is super pretty. And compared to Bayonetta that looks like a porn star, Eve is gracious and yet so beautiful. But still, if you do take Eve away completely and strip this entire video game of her character, replacing it with just a faceless soldier, any random character, Stellar Blade still holds its own. Eve just enhances an already fantastic video game world, but she doesn't carry it alone. She's both the heart and the reflection of this world that deserves to be seen. Bosses that deserve to be fought, and skill tree that just, you gotta master it. And I did. The last boss fight, no, not the last, the previous one, the big giant white Natiba, I counter parried the entire time. I had a lot of skill tree and I could have done a bunch of moves. I just loved counter parrying him, and I did that up until I beat him. Once you master the counter parry, oh, it's so good. Technically speaking, Stellar Blade is immaculate. Both on my 4K TV on a big resolution and on my smaller monitor. The performance here is flawless, balancing stunning graphical fidelity with just seamless gameplay. The frames are rock solid. It feels so good to play. Getting back into combat, it's the perfect middle ground between precision and some accessibility. Nobody wants Dark Souls combat, except for the people that play Souls, but not all gamers are like that. We need something that just simply works easier and makes you feel good. And here you have it. They did it. Nobody wants Sekiro's style of combat, except for the people that purchase Sekiro. But you end up loving the counter parry, which I've never mastered in Sekiro, but I did here, because it's just a little bit easier, and man, it feels good. It borrows that deliberate rhythm of Sekiro parry-based dueling, but here it's just much more easier. Every hit lands with satisfying weight, and sound helps along, which is why I told you should play with headphones. Every dodge has that slow motion, and as you progress, you get skills both for parrying and dodging that just make them look so amazing. You can combo them, and just it feels like Eve's unstoppable, and man, does it ever look good when she just spins around those bad guys. It's the perfect marriage between arcadey satisfaction and technical challenge. Combat simply works. Simply put, it just works. Video games have always been a form of escapism. I think that's the word, right? You just want to take a breather, to feel, to connect. Stellar Blade understands that better than most. I mean, you can go for your battle royale extractions. They do get frustrating. There's no frustration here. No meaningless grind. Just the rhythm of discovery, the pulse of combat, and that perfect parry that I can't stop talking about. It felt good to play. After a hard day at work, you come back, you pop in Stellar Blade. It just makes you feel good. From the explorations to visuals, I even took the time to do the quests with the fishing. Go like, come on, man, that was stupid. No, it wasn't. It was fun and it was relaxing, and I wanted to do those quests, man. Everything just aligns with cohesiveness. It rewards you. It gives you plenty of XP. You get to level up Eve some more. It's fun. I just got to experience everything, and I like how you level up, and you do level up with ease. And that's good. Since when level up with ease is bad? No, it felt relaxing, and you do get to enjoy this beautiful character, to have fun, counter parry, learn how to counter parry, just unwind. Video games supposed to make you feel good. Sometimes we forget about that. Truth be told, come on, they knew how to sell their game. Yes, aesthetically, it's very pleasing, but it doesn't keep you around with dick in your hand. Nah, it's more than that. Eve may have came from the stars, but at the end, and I do feel nostalgic that the game is over and I finished it and I wish they'll make part 2, she does feel like she's one of us. A bit scared at times, hopeful definitely, and beautifully human.